folks, and welcome to their Saturday morning Samoflange. I'm Matt.
I'm Benjamin, and I'm grateful to be here.
Yeah, we're grateful. Hey!
I'm full of great. You know, they used to call me Benjamin the Great.
They did.
Heather
They
did.
still do.
Yeah, well, sometimes.
Sometimes. So, Thanksgiving.
It's an earned title,
Yeah.
not self-dubbed, but you know, it's fine. It's okay.
Oh, I'm thankful for Heather.
I'm thankful for hubris. But yes, I'm thankful for
Will you
Heather,
tell?
too.
Will you tell Heather that I'm thankful for her?
I'll happily tell Heather this, yes. Happily.
Actually, I'm also thankful for her husband, Kirk.
I think I am too, because he's kind of terrific and actually takes care of this amazing person we know called Heather in a pretty good way. I think they're...
I don't know which one of those I love the most.
What a challenge.
That is a challenge.
Don't-
I've known Heather longer.
That's true.
And I've had...
Does
You know,
she
I
win
was
by
the
default,
She
but
used to call me the backup boyfriend. No joke. When she was with this guy, a friend of mine.
Who cares?
And he was long distance. He'd say, "Hey, Heather's feeling bad tonight. Can you take her out?" And
Oh,
was
I
like,
remember
"Sure."
this, yes.
And so I used to take her out, and we used to go out.
Yeah.
And she used to call me her backup boyfriend, and we went to all these dates. We had a lot of fun.
I remember this.
We went out. She took me to my very first Halloween party, and was a good friend for the longest.
I remember.
And,
I remember talking about that Halloween party where she was like a devil and you were
I
something.
was the angel, but it was the K Street, the
The
exclusive,
K Street exclusive.
the
Halloween
exclusive. You had
Street
to live
party.
on K Street,
Yeah.
which I don't know if they still do.
I don't, but I live pretty close to there now. I need to wander.
No, you have to have a K Street
you
address.
gotta have an address to go to the party.
Yes, but I think you can bring a +1, and I was her +1 for that one.
You were her plus
I
angel.
I didn't know that was a thing.
That's
my
very cool.
uncle used to. I need to ask my uncle. He lives on K Street. He used to get the invites too. Because
See-
I asked him about 5 years ago if he still. He said, "Yeah, we still get those every year." I was like, "What?"
What a pleasant little quaint thing. Yes, we get things like that in the mail.
So, but then Kurt came around. I was like,
I know,
man,
stole the show from all of us,
what a
right?
great guy.
Great dude.
He is a
He would
great
have
dude.
to be worthy of the Heather.
I mean, it's like oh man, Heather has a special place in my heart, but
Yes,
Kirk
absolutely.
replaced it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I do love them both, though.
No,
They're
he's
just
terrific.
phenomenal. people.
Anybody who dresses up like Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy and poses on his front porch.
He is Star-Lord.
He
if
is
you want to know,
right.
if you want to know who Kirk acts like,
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Like,
I mean,
not
fun.
Chris Pratt.
No.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. Fun, lovable.
Yep.
If you can't get along with him, there's a problem with you.
Yeah. And then Heather made him a Star-Lord costume, like stitched it through the leather and
yeah.
everything this year, and it looked fantastic. So
Fantastic.
shout out to Heather and Kirk, and
you go.
I will send them the link to this episode because I know that they're fans of us, but they may not be fans of Saturday
Morning.
Samoflange.
So,
But they will be after today.
after today. So Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday. And it's a perfect holiday.
Ditto.
Yeah.
It is my favorite holiday.
Favorite?
We've talked about this.
Okay.
Yes, it is
You,
the best
me,
holiday
and my brother
of the year.
You, me, and my brother. It's the best one of the year.
Yes.
Controversial
statement.
statement. I'm not gonna listen. My sister-in-law argued that Thanksgiving is just a day. It's not a season.
No.
And I was like, yes, it is.
No.
I said, and she loves Halloween the best. I said, Halloween is a day.
You know, I think most
if
Americans
you
would
wanna-
probably vote for Halloween as their favorite holiday, but that is just a day. That's not
Yeah.
a
Well,
season of giving.
It
I
is.
guess they do have a
It is
season.
a forgotten holiday.
They call it spooky season now.
Yeah.
When
Well,
October 1st comes around, people get on their lattes and Starbucks cameras and their iPhone selfies, and then they start talking about spooky season as if it's like a real thing.
on November 1st, everyone took down their Halloween stuff, put up their Christmas stuff automatically.
Yes, I know.
I took down all my Halloween stuff, left the fall stuff
You
out,
leave the autumn stuff out.
and fall is out until Christmas.
Give Thanksgiving the respect
Yes.
it deserves.
But Thanksgiving is a great holiday. We're not giving presents to each other. That's fine. We are just coming together over a great meal
right.
with family, with friends, and the whole month. The whole month for me is I think of something every day, a little thing that I am thankful for.
Exactly. I am
Every day, starting November 1st, I always do that.
Grateful. I am too. Like I sent my mother a text message today randomly from some screenshot of something that was like that popped up on a photo or a memory or something like that. And I sent her a picture of it, said, thanks, I love you, Mom. Thanks for doing this for me or whatever. It just happens more often. It's great.
Previous to the podcast, we talked about my day, and that was what I was thankful for today. I said it was a really good day because I really looked good in front of our legal team.
Oh, that's right.
And I've been shining for them. This is something they're going to take, but I didn't tell you this, they're going to take the template of what I'm working on, and they're going to push that out to everyone.
Dude,
so, I mean, this is a really big thing.
That is awesome.
And I was like, well, I'm thankful
Across
for that.
The whole company
today, my thing I'm thankful for today was that.
That's great.
So, and my sister does Thankful Thursdays at her work.
Oh.
And she has everyone say something they're thankful for on Thursdays.
4 out of nothing is better than nothing.
She said she used to do it every day. I said, well, you should because it's Thanksgiving month.
Right.
It's season. I told her that. She went, oh, you're right. And so my sister's big about Thanksgiving.
It's
good. Not her favorite holiday, but she's big on it.
Yeah.
And you should be because it's a wonderful time. And plus, by the way, when Thanksgiving's over, Christmas season. And you just move that happy,
right into it.
Those happy feelings continue on into the Christmas spirit.
Right.
And right now we're a thankful spirit, and we have our top 5 thankful things we're for.
Absolutely. And like the history of the holiday notwithstanding, I don't care how Halloween started. It's still a fun day. It's still a fun holiday. It doesn't matter how Thanksgiving started even. It's just that I'm talking about right now. We're talking about how it goes now in America, at least. I don't know about our international audience.
Yeah.
Because Canadian Thanksgiving is what, October 1st, I think? And then I'm not sure if there are Thanksgivings of sorts.
What do Canadians have to be thankful for, then?
What are you talking about? It's so cold. We're grateful for food. We have food that's not frozen.
Canadians are thankful for hockey.
Canadians are thankful that they
ice.
Can survive the ice every year. So if you have the opportunity to become fat and
maple
happy,
syrup.
Look, in Canada, and maple syrup. In Canada, if you there's always snow on the ground by Halloween, and so lots of snow. And I remember the first year I was there, I thought you guys are lying to me. There's no way, you're messing with me because I'm from Louisiana. That there's no way it wasn't snowing. It was no snow, and I think I was in Calgary at the time, or Edmonton, I'm not sure, in Alberta, and then Christmas or Halloween night, 4.5 feet dumped in 4 hours. It was just insane because they were telling me that it's going to be a snowbike Halloween every year. It happens every year. And I'm like, yeah, right. It's Halloween morning, bro. That day it just dumped tons of snow. So anyway, so they have Thanksgiving fairly early so that they can, get fat and happy and survive all that cold. And it's awful. And I never want to go back, but I love Canada. It's a great place.
And there's things to be thankful for Halloween too. I was thankful for Heather's devil costume.
Hey,
wait, did you say Kirk was going to be listening to this too?
Oh, shoot. Yeah. Sorry about
that,
it.
Kirk.
But Kirk's
thankful for it too. What are you talking about?
Super thankful for it. There's no denying that.
He said, that little devil's mine right now. I'm thankful for it too. Hey, okay. So, number 5, sir.
You know what? I could not rank these at all.
Don't rank them then. That's fine.
This was non-rankable for me.
That's fine.
Because, and we were chatting about topics for the podcast, and I just said, I can easily do a Thanksgiving episode of gratitude, because 2023, for me, has been a terrific year. Yeah. I have been grateful for this year from the beginning. I'm just going to start with the thing that happened in the beginning of the year that was a big deal to me, is I got to star in and be a part of a bucket list theater play for me. So I got to star in a new show over in Ruston, and a new theater I'd never been to, performed at or anything, went and auditioned, did all the fun stuff, got cast as Robert Collymore in The Play That Goes Wrong, which is one of my all-time favorite comedies. And I got to play the part that I wanted to play, and I got to, awesome. I knocked it out of the park, crushed it, just had everybody laughing. The best part, though, for me was the joy of the performances was terrific. The audiences loved it. Some of the best compliments, and I've heard this over the years, but you don't hear it after every show. But when people come to you after the show and they say, my face hurts, because I've been laughing the whole time.
Right.
That's one of my favorite things for anyone to say, is when they hold their face in their cheeks and just say, I hurt. You did so, it was so funny that I couldn't stop. And they walk out of the theater literally with their palms on their cheeks. And I got that a couple of times. But the real joy of that whole experience, I think, was driving home, because it was a little bit of a commute to get over to Ruston every day or every other day or however long.
It's a 30-minute
It's a good
drive,
commute, but honestly, it went so quickly because I was giddy and giggly on the way home just about every day, because I was like, I'm a full-grown man, and I just got to go and have so much fun with all these other full-grown people and just make our own faces hurt. And so the rehearsal process even just was terrific from start to finish.
Yeah.
And I just had so much fun. And I was counting my blessings in Thanksgiving spirit back in January, February, March when we did the show. And it's always been a show I wanted to do ever since I saw it in New York the one time. And it was the first Broadway play I ever saw. And it was just so terrific that I fell in love with it immediately. And then I got to do it. As soon as I heard that they were doing it, I was like, I don't care. Whatever happens,
awesome.
like, I'm going to go do it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I got to perform it. And on top of that, we just had the awards ceremony about 3 or 4 months ago.
Yes, not too long
We
ago
won
you had
Best
it.
Play, Best Direction, Best Set. I got Best Actor.
Look at you.
I know. Best Actor of the Year. Bam! Right
Look
here on
out.
Saturday morning, Samoflange.
Woo, nice.
So that was a huge honor and a joy to get that award, no doubt. But that also that everyone else in the cast who was nominated, Best Supporting Actor got nominated and won.
Yeah, it was
Best
a big,
Director got nominated and won.
It was sweeping those awards.
It swept everything it was nominated for. So I was just thrilled
great.
because the whole group was there. We all came back for the award show, and we all got up on stage and giggled and had a fun time. It was so. We held up all the hardware. You know, we have one of my favorite pictures of the year is us holding up all of our like 4 or 5 trophies that we all have in front of a line of people. It was fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's great.
It was terrific. And I can, clearly that's one of the top memories of the year for me, but it just happened early, so that's why I'm starting. That's my number 5.
There you go.
Yeah.
Mine are more generic, so I won't take as much time here, but I am thankful.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No. I like this. No, I like this. You're being very specific. I wish I could. In general, the YouTube channel as a whole, I've been very thankful for the people I've gotten to meet this year. I've gotten to meet a lot of people.
How long have you been doing this YouTube channel for now?
I was on it way back in 2005.
So,
like
when YouTube
back in the early
basically
days.
started was 2005.
Back in the early, a little maybe 2006 or whatever. Yeah, but pretty soon after it started, I was on it, not doing much. Then it took off, obviously, for Star Wars. I do have board game friends I talk to on this.
So why this year
podcasts
for the
and
channel?
stuff.
Tell me more.
Well, I mean that's just it. I'm just very thankful because I get to meet new friends. I've gotten to meet some of these people face to face too.
Yeah.
Scott, and I'm sure pretty soon I'm gonna meet a few other YouTubers for the first time. I've gotten to see some other people.
And Kirk
in
is
the
a fan of the
past,
show too, right?
So it.
Heather and Kirk. Kirk is at least a fan of the show. He's listened
love
to
to
the
see
show
them
before.
again.
Yeah.
I'd
But
love to see
hasn't
them
he
again,
talked about? He's talked about it with like board game stuff and everything.
Yeah. We've talked about board games together.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. So no, but anyway, that's just one of the things I'm just eternally grateful for. The channel keeps growing, and I'm so happy about it. I'm about to hit. I don't know. As of this, I've not hit 8,000, but there's a chance.
Hopefully by the end of the year.
There's a chance. It looks like I'm trending till 1st of December or whatever to hit.
And
to
I remember
8,000.
when you hit 5,000 and 6,000.
Yeah.
So now you've
I remember
eclipsed
hitting
7.
1,000, thinking, "Wow, I'm done. That's it. I've done it. I've made it.
That's awesome.
So I didn't think I'd get any higher than that. So it's always nice to see the channel keep growing, not growing stagnant, and still. But then meeting these people, getting to know these other people.
That's really cool, though.
Yeah.
I think that would be a delightful circumstance of that for sure. Is there anybody or anything in particular? I don't want to let you get off that.
No. I'm good because I want to hear yours. I want to hear number 4. This is good stuff. So number 4 for you.
Let's see. Well, I'll just keep going.
I love this.
I'll keep going in order of the year.
Please do.
What's chronological order?
Okay. I love it.
Let me make sure that I am doing it. Oh, so yeah, the voice acting. So my number 4 is Saturday Morning Samoflange. And
there you go.
I say that.
We have a little bit of a crossover.
I say that as a little bit of a crossover because I'm a voice actor as of this year, officially. I have an IMDb profile. I have a backstage profile that people can look up. I get asked to do jobs now with just my voice. People email me randomly and ask me to audition for things.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent a lot of time in a professional music studio with professional engineers, and I've got demo reels and character demos and commercial demos and write-ups, and I've got a lot
going on.
I've got a specific Instagram account, a specific Twitter/X account, and I've got things segregated so that now I can just get on Backstage or dig through some of the job applications, and like I've got it all recorded and edited and set up, so that all I have to do, if I see an audition that of something like voice acting wise that I want to audition for, I just go click, 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 submit, and it's like takes 2 minutes.
Done.
And then if they like it, which a lot of times they do, and I'll get a request for more information, like, hey, we liked your demo. Here's a very specific script. Can you read this now? And is a very specific, because you caught our attention kind of thing. And that's all the demo reels are supposed to do. Just catch your attention enough so that they want to hear a more granular audition. And so now and I realized I had been kind of taking it for granted, because I have the email. Whenever I get an email that says, hey, here's an audition that would suit you, and also I filtered these emails to come because I work in technology, and I have for many years, and somebody said on Facebook or something not too long ago, the generation who used to buy ringtones for 99 cents is now the generation that leaves their phone on silent 100% of the time. And that's straight up me. Like, my phone never gets off of silent mode. And so the emails that I do allow through for notifications are the ones that actually seem to matter. And I've filtered down these. Here's a job that you could possibly do for voice acting and that might suit you and interest you. So it's like every time I get these emails, which is several a week, it's like, this is a paid gig, this is a union gig potentially, this is something that is either national attention, like I'm in the running for all of these big, so like I'm an actual voice actor now, working / not working that much voice actor because I don't put that much time into it yet.
Right.
But I realized I wasn't being as grateful for these emails, that I would just swipe away too often because I have been busy with big projects at work or plays and a play that goes wrong and other things that I've been doing. But lately, as I've gotten in, like the past couple of weeks, I finished a big project at work, and so I'm kind of in between big projects at work, and I've realized that I got into the habit of swiping away those opportunities to voice act, and I was like, I really need to stop doing that. I need to be grateful because I've got all this work put into it and set it up, and I can just easily do it. And I have a very good voice, and I use it and practice it and hone it, and I go from there. So it's something that I'm recognizing as gratitude for, and acknowledging gratitude for the joy. But also, like, honestly, it's not talking about just me and bragging about me, but like the people that I've met up at the studio and worked with, these guys know what they're doing. Like, I fell into a group of great new people that I got to meet this year who are just extraordinarily talented, professional voice actors, people who are actually working in the industry. One of my mentors up there is on ACX, which is where a lot of the audiobooks get recorded. That's where the big time stuff is on ACX. And he is recording several audiobooks, the kind of thing that he has to sign an NDA before he records it. He can't talk about it. And it's just so cool, though, to watch him do it and be in the studio while he's recording. And especially if he's doing a commercial or something, he'll just have his phone set up on the corner wall over here against the glass, and there's a producer in Chicago somewhere, and they're saying, oh, yeah, that was great. Let's read it again, but let's put more inflection on this word. And, like watching the process actually happen in the sound booth. Yeah. And it's just so great because you think about it, you hear about it, you see behind the scenes stuff about it on like a favorite Disney movie or documentary or something. But now I'm actually getting to do it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's terrific.
You really make me regretting not being more specific in mine. But it's up to our interpretation. But now I'm regretting this. But I want to hear more about this.
So next year, when we do 2024's Thanksgiving, it needs to be
more
about
specific
stuff
to the year. Yeah,
that happened in your year.
Because mine was going to be work for something. And I just realized I already talked about this, but I'm working on a big project. But I'm just thankful for the work my boss, the people I work with. A lot of people hate their job but stick with it because they gotta have a paycheck.
That's the second. That's amazing. Wait, that's the second part of my number 4. That's exactly what I was going to say. Is because
go right ahead.
It's a great job, and I'm satisfied with what I do, and I have a flexible schedule, so I can do that. But the other thing is that voice acting, I'm now a part. The annual training that you have to do every year.
Yeah,
I'm one of those voice actors now too. So
awesome.
I did the HIPAA.
So you combine that.
I did the HIPAA and high tech compliance for CHPWs. Blah 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 blah.
Nice.
And so they've got my professional radio voice talking about HIPAA and high tech was established in 1997 or whatever the hell the copy was, and so it was so cool to do that.
Nice that you're combining both loves together.
So I had to do the required trainings, and my voice was the voice actor for the terrible annual training that everybody has to do.
So keep moving. What's number 3?
Oh wait.
Or the next
we
one?
want to talk about your job.
I'm done. No, I want to keep going with you. I'm serious. I'm loving this.
Okay.
Keep going. Mine's work. Go.
Let's see. So I said Saturday Morning Samoflange and The Play That Goes Wrong. And so the next one chronologically would be my directorial debut, The Science of Murder.
Which we've done. You can check out a few of our Saturday Morning Sam. We did after the first show, and then after it was all done, a wrap-up episode. Yep. So I encourage you to, if you want to know more about this.
Yep. Back in the summer, I think, June, July-ish area, we did those. And but yeah, I got a random. I wanted to direct a play, and someone had asked me if I had ever directed a play, and because of From the Play That Goes Wrong, actually. And I said, not officially, no. And they said, well, look, I would like you to potentially direct a play here. So if you can find a way to get some experience with it, maybe they will let you direct over here. And I said, oh, that's a good idea. And I've always kind of wanted to do that. So I approached a few people, made a few deals, bought some lunches, and schmoozed a bit, and was able to figure out a way to have my own auditions, my own casting calls, and my own script set up. And it was all set and planned for September. And we were going to have this plan. We're going to set it out. We're going to do the marketing. And 2 days later, they called me and they're like, hey, remember that thing we said we were going to do in September? What if we did it right now? And we have auditions Tuesday. And I was like, what? Okay, sure. Like, I panicked for just a second and a half because I was thinking, I have no time to it's like the first time I've ever been doing this. I'm not even sure I know what I'm doing. I don't think I can do it. Fine, I'll do it. Because I was just like, well, I really want to do this, and I don't need to prep for it. I just want to do it. And then that's what we did. So I had 4 days of prep time. I called as many people as I could and just got as many favors as I could and said, hey, I don't know if you're bored or if you've just got nothing to do, but I just think you're really funny, and I really want you to come audition for this comedy that I'm directing, and it's my first show. And even if you just come and read for me, I would love that so much. And they did. And so
that's awesome.
And then one gal came down and had just gone through a terrible tragedy. I talked about it a little bit, and I just wanted her to read. I was like, look,
we talked about her.
Just come read, because I know after something like that in my life, I would want something else to do and something else to think about. And she did, and she crushed it. Like, absolutely blew it away. Got the lead part in the show, and just
she did a great job.
Blew me away every time, and I was so proud of her and everything about that show with it. So that was it was a challenge because it was the first time doing a lot of stuff and really getting an understanding of what all happens behind the scenes for the director side. Right. It made me a better actor because now I have a much better understanding of what a director needs from an actor. It gave me a much better perspective at surrendering control of the show, and because as an actor you can control your bit. You can do your job. You can know all your lines. It's a faux pas in theater to tell another actor how to do their part, because that's their character. So you're never supposed to tell another actor how to act.
And they have to figure that out themselves.
Even if they specifically ask you, you're kind of supposed to hedge a little bit. That's
they
the
need to find their own character.
Exactly.
Everyone can portray the same character
differently. It's the job of the character and the actor and the director. They need to figure that out. And you can go from there. You can work together, but you're never supposed to tell somebody explicitly what to do. And in contrast to that, the director can very well tell somebody exactly what to do. And it's great, though, because the vast majority of the time, I wasn't telling people what to do as much as I was inviting them to share their ideas with me. And then I was just a permanent audience and able to shape it so that I could see what I would think was funny as an audience member and then turn it into a good story. And so director's job is to tell the story, and that's what I would do. And I am so grateful for that whole experience. Had a lot of growing pains and headaches because it was thrust upon me so quickly kind of thing, and then B, because there was just a lot of first time hiccups. It's like driving a stick shift. You just sometimes you grind your gears on random things, but now and I feel like a lot of that is I got over that. I know what to expect now. I have a lot more understanding of what to expect the next time.
And that's how you grow out of, that's how any director grows from
exactly
the next one.
Which is
go ahead.
It's just why I'm so keen to do it again. I'm so excited because of all the things I did learn and got to do.
And again, folks, check out those podcasts.
Heck yeah.
Okay, so number 3 for me. Again, my health. This time I'll tie it into something. We're doing a annual flag football game. There are people 13, even up to 13 years younger than me, who say, "No, I'm out. I don't do this anymore.
I'm too old for this."
So I don't know if I'm the oldest player yet. So far, I am, as we're building the team. But I feel like I'm in good health, and I'm thankful for that.
That's terrific.
Yeah,
no, that's terrific.
But now, go ahead.
What are you talking about?
I'm loving the timeline.
You're done with the health. You're thankful for me.
I wish I would have done your idea.
What is this? What is the name of the flag football game that you do every year?
Santa
The Santa Bowl.
Well, we used to do it every year, but now we're bringing it back.
But it has a storied history and a trophy involved. Have you talked about this on Saturday morning Samoflange?
We can talk about it during Christmas season.
Oh, okay. We'll save that.
We'll save this for Thanksgiving. All right, so go ahead. Seriously, I love the timeline idea. Next year I'm doing this. Go ahead.
Let's see. I didn't have them in a timeline, but let me see. So I've talked about The Play That Goes Wrong, The Science of Murder, Saturday Morning Samoflange. And then, so the most recent success story is I'm a streaming television actor now. All of these have a theme, you see, because it's about me acting and performing in some way or another. But we filmed a movie, I should say, last year. Here in Louisiana and in, I believe, Missouri is where we filmed a good chunk of it too. And it's now officially out on YouTube and Roku and YouTube, Roku, and Gago, I think. In Gago, we got picked up by a distributor, which is Green Apple Entertainment, is our producing and distribution company. And so GA, Green Apple, Go. So Green Apple Go is Gago. And that's, maybe not the best acronym, but they have their own streaming platform and they're a production company. And a movie that I'm starring in is on their front page, and you can find it now if you want. If you go to Gago or Roku or YouTube and pull up The Bogman, which is the name of it. And The Bogman is the name of the Sasquatch or the Bigfoot whenever he is in South Arkansas. And the rumor is that he migrates from, Oregon down to Arkansas every year, and that's why no one can find him. So
there you go, folks. There's a plug.
Terrible horror movie that is terrific and Evil Dead 2 reminiscent. And I play the mad scientist who gets to. I'm funding a reality TV show because I believe the Bogman is real, but no one believes me. But then so I have to deal with this reality TV show and all the production crew and just make up a bunch of science so that we can keep the show going because it gets viewers. But then when we show up at the latest tip that comes from somebody who saw the Bogman, we show up and we start filming, and then people actually start dying and bad things happen. And then now I'm suddenly the foremost expert on how to catch and capture the Bogman, and things get real fast, and it's bad things.
No spoilers.
No spoilers happen whatsoever.
But
the only spoiler
that is awesome.
The only spoiler I will say is that I survive to the end of the movie. A lot of people don't, and it is very R-rated. So just FYI.
All right, there you go. Warning.
Fair warning on that. But the best part of surviving to the end of the movie is I get to be in the sequel. And so carryover, honorable mention for this one. I'm going to skip right to my honorable mention.
All right.
The next movie, the sequel to The Bogman, is called Sea of Madness, and it's about evil mermaids. And we're starting filming that in the second week of January.
That'd be awesome.
And I get to play the main character, same character in that too. I get to play the scientist and find out about these mermaids. And
winning,
totally winning.
All right. I'm
a streaming TV actor now,
man. That's true. You're everything. You got it all.
So great.
Number 2. I'm just so embarrassed about these now. But number 2. I mean, not embarrassed, but I'm just saying they're so generic. But my friends,
Yes.
Everyone that I have and everyone that I can still keep in touch with, because I wish I could keep in touch with more older friends. I don't have social media because of that. But it's
so hard these days.
But I am thankful for
even
the ones that I have.
Even with social media, which you don't do Facebook and Instagram and things like that. But you're on YouTube. You talk to these people a lot.
Those are friends too.
Do you communicate mostly with people around the globe via YouTube or your chats? I think on the channel.
Outside on a social basis,
like
social media basis.
Who doesn't use
social
Facebook.
media, YouTube would be my only outlet for that.
Okay.
And then I have friends here. So
True.
that's really good too. So I'm thankful for all that. You know, you and Wes on Prince of the Universe, Bruce when he can show up every once in a while, and then everyone else who I get to hang out with. I'm thankful for each person like that. Now it's super generic, so we're going to go to your last one here.
Well, no, I mean, I don't want to skip past that too much.
Because I like I said, I think I've said what I want to, but I'm really loving the timeline, so I want to keep going.
The subheading of that one too was all the like honorable mention was all the people that I've met. I've met so many great people this year, and that movie being included in it, because when you do a play, you can, like I said earlier, an actor, you can be very confident, you can do your part, you can crush it, but you are responsible for your part.
Right.
And then as a director, you are responsible for the whole thing, and you have to surrender control.
Yep.
In a movie, it's just similar. It's very similar. It's a different muscle acting-wise, and you still have to know your lines and come prepared, and it's a it's a very different type of preparation, because for a movie, you essentially have to show up on set day one with all of your lines ready to go, with like 3 different versions of every line you've got, because you never know you don't know what the weather's going to do if you're filming outside. You don't know what camera is going to break, and you're like, all right, well, we're going to do scene 33 instead of scene 32 today, and that happens all the time. And film actors sometimes say that they're just professional disaster artists, and that you just have to figure out a new way around this disaster that's happening to the schedule or to the budget or something like that. And that's a big part of it. And so film actors, you have to be prepared, and it's so different. And the cool thing about it is that it's such a big, overarching, multi-talent required, different skill sets and specialties and technical. The reason I like film acting is because you've got all the actors who are the right-brained, creative types, very artistic and all this other kind of stuff. But then you've got to have these left-brained, very mathematical, very precise directors, cinematographers, artists, people, different types of digital artists who are very linear, very math-oriented, very precise. If you turn this knob on the camera, you turn that dial this way, it's going to give you a clearer picture if you do it. If you from the focus angles, they've got to know the geometry of how to shoot the shot. And it's something that I don't want to learn and have no interest in learning in a lot of ways, because it's so technical and so...
It has to be so precise.
It's so mathematically precise in a lot of ways. Now, I like directing, and I would like to direct one day for sure, but I'm more interested in telling a story, and it would take a lot. It might take a while for me to learn all the technical details that go into the camera and the lenses and all the different pieces that have to go. But then you've got people that are like makeup artists, and you've got people who are boom operators and sound operators.
And they all contribute in one small way.
And not just they contribute, but they are very, very good at what they do. And it is so cool to be on a movie set and to meet people who are really good at applying blood and makeup to your face. Like you can just say, you just sit there and they tell you, don't move. And then they put all the blood and prosthetics and whatever else on you. And then I got such a joy out of I didn't look at it at all while she was, doing her thing. And then after she was finished, all right, we're done. And then I stand up and I was like, oh my God, it was just the coolest experience. And then, but everybody, every technical person involved on the film is just ultra talented, and the sound engineers and the cinematographer, man, these people know their stuff. So where else do you get to meet so many cool people who are so skilled in their little areas, and they're so good at it, and you get to have a collaborative art form and make a movie out of it? Man. And so that combined with meeting all the people from the play that goes wrong, and then all the people I got to meet from directing the play, and then all the new people I've gotten to meet from the voice acting as well. All of these things I've listed have a subheading of the people I met while doing this were such a joy, not just to work with, but just to meet and to watch them thrive in whatever it is that they're masters of. And man, because none of this I can do. I can't do any of this by myself. And that's why I think I've enjoyed 2023, and it has been so good to me, because I can do my part, but none of the things I've mentioned are solo endeavors. I think last year or the year before that, I could have pointed at like certain certifications that I've gotten for my
Yeah.
job. That's a solo endeavor. Things that I'm really proud of. I passed this huge test. I get a certification. I put it up on my wall. I am now a certified information security professional, a CISSP, which I passed that about 5-6 years ago now. But the point is, that's a huge achievement for me, and I have that on my wall.
Yeah.
That's at the top of my wall, because I'm very proud of that, and it got me the job I have today. But all of these things I'm talking about this year that I'm so thankful for were all group endeavors, and the people I met were just terrific and still are terrific, and I still get to work with them. And that's part of the joy too, like leading into the end of the year. I still get to work with these people and still get to do more things with them. I talked to a lot of them today. It was terrific. I had a really good day today.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
I was on the phone a lot today.
That's fine. So before I get to my last one,
Please.
which I do want to go on, is there any more honorable mentions?
Yes.
For you. Go ahead.
My family is healthy, wealthy, and wise.
Good.
And my mom and dad are still good to go. My younger sister got married and moved out.
That was a good one.
Bought
Yeah.
her own
Really
house
love that
this
one.
year. So I'm super proud of her and my new brother-in-law. And just how they have thrived in their life. Like, I can't rule out the simple things in life too. Like, my family is still very healthy. I still get to see them. I get to go watch football games with them and yell at the Saints games that are terrible on Sundays. I still regularly have dinner with my parents when they come to town. They're like, "We're coming to town. We got to go to the doctor for the 17 things we see the doctors
Of course.
for." And then so there's you want to go get some Italian food or whatever. If they're in town, the quote unquote, then they will ask what I'm doing, and if I have time at work I can get away, that I can stop by, and so we'll go out to dinner and just chit chat and catch up and that kind of thing. And it's great. I love the fact that I can just meet my parents randomly and have dinner with them, and that I have the ability and I have a job that I can buy my dad lunch from time to time. It always feels good when I buy my dad dinner. And because of how many times he
pay him back.
Exactly. It makes me feel good to do that, and I know it does him too. It gives him some satisfaction to know that his son is able to buy him dinner, and it's not like a big stress on my financial worries.
It's something
and stuff
you can
like
both
that.
enjoy.
Yeah. I'm very proud of that.
That's
so
great.
I think those are all my honorable mentions.
Okay. So my last one, I do want to talk about just a little bit because mine is also family. But for everyone, I don't.
Oh, I do have one more.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, go ahead. Please go ahead.
Is this because we're going to end it with your number one, right?
Sure. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. So the final thing is, by the time this airs, then I will right after this airs, I will be on my way to Australia. So my dream trip that I've been wanting to take for 10
You're
years.
finally taking it.
I'm finally taking. And I know it's been 10 years because I got my
great.
passport 10 years ago for the very first time with the sole intention of going to Australia with it. 10 years on, it expires like in this March coming up, and I didn't have a single stamp in it because I've been all over the U.S., I've been to Canada, Mexico, whatever, never put a stamp internationally, never traveled internationally. But Australia will not let you into the country if your passport expires within 6 months of the day you arrive. And since I was going to get there in December and my passport expires in March of 2024, then they were like, "Nope, you can't get off the plane." I was like, "Crap." So I had to hurry up and do the expedited process to get a new passport. But anyway, they're good for 10 years, never used it. And now I finally have a brand new passport. I've got my visa set up, and I'm finally taking this trip because after I finished the play that I directed, Google sent me a message and said, "Hey, remember that flight that you researched a little while? That flight's on sale now." So I was like,
you got a great deal.
So I was
on
like,
it. You got a
I
great
log
deal
in.
on
Yeah,
it.
I got this incredible, like 75, 90% off
great deal
round
on
trip
it.
flight.
Absolutely.
That I get to go to Australia for a month. I get to see a friend of mine who used to live with me when I was living in New Orleans, and like I finally get to go see her and her family, and it's like she's gonna not repay the favor, but like she's like, "Yes, of course, absolutely. You let me stay there when I was in the States, so like please come here." And I'm going to stay through Christmas, and I get to spend Christmas with her and her family if we want.
Yeah.
And
That's going to be a great trip too.
And I might even get to go see the Lord of the Rings stuff in New Zealand and
Look
pop
out.
over there. So
You better.
It's going to
You
be.
better.
I know I'm pretty close. So
You better.
Either way, I can't wait to go to Australia. And so shout out to our Australian fans.
Yeah.
of Saturday morning.
yeah,
Shout
of
out
course.
Samoflange.
Of course. Yes.
That's my other. No, that's my number one because it's last in the year.
Of course. It's great. And I love how you did that, and I wish I would have done mine. So next year we'll do mine differently. I mean, mine was family too. I'm not going to spend much time on it here, but that's really what the holiday's all about.
Amen.
It's really what the holiday's all about. But so next year when we come back and do this, or I'm going to do the timeline that you did. Because I thought that was a really Time Stories Thanksgiving edition.
Time Stories Thanksgiving edition.
That's what we'll do.
I love it.
yeah, we'll have to do that next Saturday
Morning.
Thanksgiving.